this is Jessie here with Ron. How are you doing today?
Outstanding.
Good to hear it. So we've got some questions this week, some really good ones. Are you ready for them?
Well, I don't want bad ones.
Well, they're good ones.
Okay.
All right, Joe from New York is first.
Joe from New York.
The company I worked for was sold, and I converted my 401k into an IRA with Quest.
Right.
So far, 100k.
Okay.
I'm going to transfer $5,000 into my Roth IRA and pay the taxes now so that I can use both accounts to buy houses.
Okay.
I'm taking your advice and opening up a Roth IRA for my wife with cash and two Coverdell accounts.
Perfect.
One with each for my children.
Got it.
My question to you is, you mentioned having your IRA owned the LLC.
Right.
Would each of our IRAs and each Coverdell accounts have to have its own LLC?
Not really, but this is something you should check with Quest on, because all four of your IRAs could own this LLC, and in whatever proportions you choose, as long as you make sure that the profits are distributed to each IRA in the same proportion from the LLC when you distribute them. So check with Quest on this.
All right, we have Raymond Mustelier from North Carolina.
Hi,
He's
Raymond.
got 3 questions total.
Oh, okay. We got 8 questions today. That's a lot.
All right, he counts as the 8.
Okay.
Does the seller have to be named in the policy because the loan is still in their name?
No. When I buy a house and I take it over subject to, or I buy it with a wraparound mortgage, I don't name the seller at all. The loan is in their name, but the house isn't. It doesn't matter who's on the loan. It matters who owns the house. So no, I do not put the seller on the policy.
Perfect. Next question from Raymond. Should I explain to sellers that I will close once I qualify a tenant buyer in cases where it is higher end house and they want down payments?
Okay, well, I think you're talking about my 90-day plan where the seller gives you 90 days to find a tenant buyer you like. And if that is applicable to your situation, the answer is yes. You certainly have to make the seller aware of what you're doing and then go out and find that tenant buyer. I don't know if I like the words qualified, but I would use the word, I want to find somebody that I like to put in the house that I think can get us paid off as soon as possible. When I find that person, then I will give you whatever we agreed that you would get and install them in the house.
Perfect. Next question from Raymond. Do you know of an attorney that will do simultaneous closing in North Carolina?
No, that would be somebody you ask in North Carolina. And simultaneous closing means different things to different folks. I'm not even sure what you're referring to when you do that. That might mean you have a property under contract and you want to assign the contract to a buyer. Most any attorney will do that for you. And you don't even need an attorney for that transaction. Frankly, any title company can do that for you, because you have no ongoing relationship with seller or buyer. And if that's the case, I don't care who closes the deal for you. You're just getting a check. But if your real question is have you found a real estate closing attorney yet? And based on that question, the answer is no. So you might as well get one, and all you got to do is to call a few real estate closing attorneys you get off of Google or referrals and ask them, tell them this is what I do. Is that an issue for you? You'll find a real estate one very, very quickly. You might start by asking the other investors that are in your RIA group if you're part of one of those.
Great, thank you. Joseph Turner from Louisiana. Subject property has an ARV of $186,000 and a mortgage balance of $138,000 on a VA loan. Owner is on active duty and was transferred out of state. And the owner hasn't made any mortgage payments in over 12 months and has activated Service Member Civil Relief Act. Payments are $899. What would be the best option on purchasing the property with SCRA activated?
Well, that depends on what your attorney tells you when you ask him that question, because I can't answer it for you. You need more details than that. And this is all assuming, of course, that the seller is gladly to give you the house, because if that's not the case, you're wasting your time. If the seller is willing to give you the house, then you have to go get a contract. Well, I'd make a call to your attorney first and ask them this question, because you're probably going to need a special contract. That's a state-by-state issue.
Great, thanks. Mitchell Kaspar from Maryland. Do the people that succeed the most from your training come with you with real estate licenses and experience?
Not more than 5% of the people I train have a real estate license, or at least admitted anyway when I ask them. So the answer is no. A real estate license is something you have if you want it. It does not affect your business. Won't keep you from doing what we do. A couple advantages of having it, but I don't know that they're worth going and getting one or not. So no, a license is not required in what we do.
All right, perfect. Thank you. And we have our very last one from Kevin Kretovics from Texas. He has
Kevin?
2 final questions for us this week. First one, what kind of deal is equivalent to a lease purchase option in Texas?
You have to buy it with owner financing or subject to, and you can sell it with owner financing, which is a trust deed, and they call them a wrap around trust deed in Texas.
Perfect. And lastly, when we initially call FSBOs, do we read right from the script, or are we asking them other questions not on the script?
When you originally called FSBOs, I'm assuming to fill out the property information sheet, your first statement is, "Hi, I'm calling about the house you have for sale." Okay, and that's it. And then you start asking the questions that are right on the property information sheet, starting on the right side and working your way down, and there aren't very many of them. That call shouldn't take more than 3 minutes tops. Okay?
Perfect. Very good. That's
Is that
all
it?
we have. Yep.
Well, wait a minute now. Not all we have. Because I'm looking you right in the eye, and I don't think you've registered for the real estate summit coming up, have you, in Vegas? What are you waiting on? You only get one shot at it. We're going to start March 31st, with or without you. Don't you think you ought to be there? I'm telling you, this is going to be the event of the year. We are going to do millions of dollars worth of transactions while we're there, and hundreds of deals are going to go through our system. Honestly, what are you going to be doing that's more important to you? It's very inexpensive to get in. We're going to do all kinds of cool things with all kinds of faculty that I've hand-selected over the years. These people are the best of the best at what they do. Add that to all the other goodies we're doing and the shows, and more important, the networking. You're going to meet people from all over this country, build relationships that'll last you for the rest of your life. Honestly, isn't it worth missing a few days' work to come do this life-changing event? You're only going to get one shot at it. If you don't get registered pretty soon, you won't get that, because we're filling up fast. Hotel's almost already full already. Get registered for the summit. Don't let anything stop you from coming. Besides, it's in Vegas, baby. Well, better to go in early April than Vegas. Go down there and get registered. Let's go. We are, a lot of people are registering right now, and we're going to have a really, really good crowd. So see you soon, and I hope I see you even before Vegas. But if not, I'll see you in Vegas.